Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around we are going to talk about...
Encrusted Runic Trunk.
Yes, because I can't really say the name. I just call them runic boxes. And these are the new boxes. You probably saw it from the thumbnail. Also put a picture right here of the new boxes you are going to get in the tier 15 worlds. So first of all, how are you going to obtain these? Because these are actually pretty awesome boxes actually, and you get them from a bunch of places. So the main place you're probably going to get it from when you get into tier 15s, if you can, you know, do the 5-star dungeons and also do the delve that is included in those, is of course from when, as I just said, 5-star dungeons. You might not be able to do it right away, but there's a lot of people that are going to do it, so you can just follow them. And just people always asking for people to do them. And then when you end up opening the box in the end with the key, I actually have a video for that. I think I'll remember to put it in the description how you're going to obtain these keys. But you open the box when the dungeon is over, and then there is some of these are going to drop. I'm not sure how many this is going to drop, but that is enough for you to, you know, be pretty happy how many that drop. And the same goes, of course, for these boxes in the delve. And when you open the box, maybe the box is up until, but it seems like it's only going to be after the last boss, or not the last boss, but the last boss in the 3rd floor. So basically it works like your normal delves does, where you do 3 floors and there's a boss, and then it opens a special box. Usually that's where we got all our C4 crystal gear back in the day from, right? And now it's specifically into the new stuff. So that's a big reward chest that you get, and there should be some in there. But there might also be some leading up to it in the smaller boxes, but the main thing is that they're being from there. I think the best method of farming these are going to be through the 5-star dungeons, but that also requires you to do the 5-star dungeon and do it in time so you can actually open that. And also requires you to open it with the keys and have enough key fragments and all that stuff. But there is another method that I've been testing today, and that's why I'm also making this video, to give you guys these findings that I have been doing. And this, of course, applies a little bit more to people that are in tier 15 worlds, but also people that have their rune crafting up a bit, but not very much. You can actually do this as soon as you basically are level 50 in that. So it's not too much, but you know, if somebody hasn't done it at all, they really can't. But it also requires you, of course, to have a little bit of rune fragments and stuff like that, but we'll talk about that when we get to that point. So yes, as I said, you need rune crafting, and you needed to have it at the dabbler. That's 50. We need to have these ore runes, and that's the first part of it. We need to have these ore runes. You can go ahead and craft them if you want to. Actually, you also need to have some of these, so you can have some of those as well, because you need some rune fragments to actually also craft these. And you also need to have, of course, a little bit of shape and blue ore and also purple ore. This can be getting on the marketplace if you want to. And then, of course, the papers and the slates are from here, and you should have some of those as well. But that's not the only point. That is not going to give you the tier 15 boxes. These are just going to give you the old miner trove, and they contain not the new, any of the new ore or anything like that. And but we are still going to use them. So with that said, how are we going to do that? That's of course with the Rune Anvil. So if you can enter a tier 15, you can find one of those ships and the little outposts, and those have a Rune Anvil on them. Or you can use them in the in our club world, for example, Club Wahoo, or in any other club world, or your own cornerstone or whatever. You have these on, and you need this particularly little note right here. Is called Discovery, because these ore runes, as you can see, ore runes now give additional chance to give minus trove. Great, amazing, but plus the chance of giving those encrusted runic trunks that we are needing when you are mining deep stone and lich stone and root ore. So basically all the new ore that is in the new tier 15 world. And this doesn't cost very much. It costs 125 rune fragments, so it's nothing really. Actually, a very good idea with my testing is that I feel like that actually getting this as a second thing is actually pretty awesome if you're trying to hunt for these. If you actually get the timer down, it's actually going to be worse for you, and I'll talk about that in a second here. But the thing is that when you have this, there you are going to get a buff that is going to grant you some of these things, these extra ores and stuff like that. And it is basically really kind of weird because it's a 10-minute timer you get, but it kind of works off this when you actually get the break basically. So the point is you are going to go and get this one, and when this breaks you are going to get a little bit of fragments. I feel like I got like 1 to 2 fragments or so. Sorry, the buff of course, but the debuff in on how it basically breaks, and then there is a cooldown before you get rune fragments again. But in that time you actually want that timer to be as long as possible, because they're gonna consume one of these charges, and if you have none in your auto use slot here, you are not going to get any of these any of these trunks basically, or any of the boxes. Even though you have the buff here that says it's going to grant you some of these, it's only going to grant you minus Trove. I have been testing it. I didn't get any of the trunks after I basically had none in my slot, but I still had the buff here. So I'm not sure if that's a bug or anything like that. That might be fixed. I hope it's fixed, because then you can kind of do a little bit of shenanigans, and that's what I was trying to do. Like you craft one, you have that break, right? And then you have the debuff. You don't have anything in your auto slot for the next 10 minutes. And then you just go around and still, mine, and you're still getting those boxes, right? And then after those 10 minutes are gone, you should, equip another one, and then you can have it break again, and then have 10 minutes again for farming as well. I think maybe it's a little bit OP if it's like that, because, you will run out of charges every 1 minute if you have it as this. But when you take this number down, it's going to be down 40 seconds. So you are going to be 20 seconds faster on breaking your different ones, and then as you're gonna make more, so exponentially it will be less and less. So this is how the other method that I've been testing today is. And I also tried, there is one right down here, if you can see also on my Rune Anvil, I have this one where I can basically have it so that also requires 300 skill to have this one where it makes it unbreakable, so it's not breakable, for example. And I thought, hey, maybe that is a very cool, idea to have this one equipped, right? And then have the buff, or whatever you call it, like the weight, so it won't break. But that doesn't work, because even having it equipped, it will just not give you anything. So maybe you can do a thing where you have 2 equipped. I haven't tested that though, where you have 2 equipped and then you get the, debuff, or you get the buff, and then you still have 1 equipped, and then you craft this one. It's not super expensive. That could be a thing I could do as well, but I haven't tested that, and I don't think it's gonna work, to be honest, because I think it has to like keep breaking or something like that eternally without like taking a charge, because it has a debuff or anything like that. It kind of works in a kind of strange way, I would say. I feel like it should just kind of give you, or something like give you the buff, right? And then have the buff for maybe 10 minutes, a little bit too much, maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes would be more accurate. And then you could, it wouldn't consume a charge for that 3 minutes or so. That might still be kind of OP, but I don't know. It just, you don't get that many of these trunks. You do get a nice amount, but not crazy amounts again. But maybe also they want it to be kind of underwhelming, because they want people to do the 5-star dungeons and such. But anyways, you can get them, as you can see right here. If I actually go right up here, you can actually not see it, because I forgot that. I, of course, can't see it because I have it all in my face right here. So let's go over here so you guys can see it. Let me just take this note here. You can see I have 2 Souls of the Deep. These are not tradable, by the way. These essences, I don't think is tradable either. I will actually just check really quickly, because I am not sure. I can actually just go in here. It's probably like easier. But as you can see here, the essences are not tradable. So these are not something I've traded for. The cores I could have traded, but I actually haven't traded. I haven't made any of them. These are all the essences. The runic ones, Abyssal, Cypher, Prick, I think that sort of thing is cores, souls, the fish bones, the ink, and also deep sand. All these are from the boxes that I farmed, and I made about 20 of these, and then I ran around, and I also was kind of inefficient because I was testing a bunch of stuff, and so I was going inside worlds and stuff like that. Something I should probably also say is that if you change world, you are going to lose the buff for getting extras, like the 10-minute buff there. So don't change worlds if you're just farming. To go out there, just farm. You can bomb your way around, so just bomb, go crazy. And if you don't know what these 3 things is of course from the or from those boxes, but they are for the new dragons. So there's something you need for the new dragons as well. And of course, the cores and stuff like that is for, of course, you can also get fragments, by the way, rune key fragments. But of course, these are for upgrading and different things in that area as well. So yeah, wanted to mention that. So basically, you just, get yourself this very nice little keystone right here, and then it's not very expensive, 125. You go out there, you make a bunch of these. These are not super expensive either. And you just go there, bomb your way through, especially some of the worlds, like there's one right now. The Hallowed Dunes, for example, has a bunch of ores underneath, super amazing. And just go crazy on that note. So yeah, I just wanted to make that kind of finding. I had to do a bit of testing and kind of tell you guys how to get all these, but I'm very surprised that they are containing, especially the runic one, but Souls of the Deep, which is like exclusive for the depths, like for, of course, from the delve biome we have there. So this is kind of like the highest of highest notes, I guess, but that's pretty cool that they're in there as well. I only got like 2 in about, I would say I got about 150 boxes or so in that sense. So it's about 120 or 150 boxes. So it's not super, and there's no karma bar, so they're not gonna be like giving you these every 70 boxes or whatever. But yeah, but it's more the essences and all that stuff is pretty simple, especially the runic ones. I feel like is the more harder essence to get compared to the other 3 going into it. But yeah, I just wanted to share my guys this information that I had and kind of the testing I've been doing. And again, you can get them from 5-star dungeons or in the delve biome, as we said before, but you can also get them here from this mining thing. And again, you're probably going to get a lot more for doing the dungeons and such, but I just wanted to add like the information or the testing that I have done on them right here, and also kind of telling you guys where to get them as well. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!